We all know the story of the magic, but what was it like growing up with the weight of the wizarding world and its fans' expectations on your shoulders?
You've made a mistake. I mean, I can't be a wizard. I mean, I'm just Harry. Just Harry.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're going to be taking a look at the behind-the-scenes story of growing up in Harry Potter. For this video, we'll be examining the experiences of the young actors in the Harry Potter film franchise, from juggling school schedules to battling head lice. Shooting to A-list stardom at the tender ages of 10 and 11 was no doubt daunting for Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, and Rupert Grint.
Once those kids got together and once they formed that bond, the chemistry only intensified.
And as they grew older, movie by movie, they all experienced their own individual struggles with fame. In fact, the pressures of filming almost had Hermione star Emma Watson quit the franchise numerous times, due to the shooting schedule constantly clashing with her education.
There's nothing in here about using defensive spells.
Using spells? Well, I can't imagine why you would need to use spells in my classroom.
Watson was determined to complete her studies, which specifically included finishing her A-level exams and going to university. Ultimately, it came down to changing the entire filming schedule around her or replacing her with a different actor. The filmmakers chose the former, with a rejig of the filming schedule allowing Watson to dedicate adequate time to her studies. That's such a Hermione problem. But can you imagine if they just changed the person playing Hermione halfway through the franchise? Weird, right?
You are brilliant, Hermione. Truly.
Actually, I'm highly logical, which allows me to look past extraneous detail and perceive clearly that which others overlook.
Yeah.
Rupert Grint has also had an interesting relationship with fame. He stated on multiple occasions that the idea of people taking his picture in the street baffles him. In fact, he's called it dehumanizing, feeling as though he's living two separate lives, one as a regular guy, and one as some famous guy people ogle at.
Every day is kind of, we get recognised occasionally and stuff, which is quite strange.
Speaking of fame and its unrelenting spotlight, Daniel Radcliffe almost quit the franchise halfway through too, for fear of being typecast. Radcliffe has since spoken out about wrestling with that decision, eventually coming to terms with the fact that he will forever be remembered for the role, and that he's okay with that.
Somebody said, "Can I get a picture with you?" And I just, just saying words, not meaning anything by it. I just said, yeah, of course, if you want to. And she just went, well, I wouldn't have asked if I didn't want to.
And we thank the stars that he stuck with it. Sticking with being Harry wasn't without its struggles, though.
In my case, the quickest way of forgetting about the fact that you were being watched was to get very drunk, and then as you get very drunk, you become aware that, oh, people are watching more now because now I'm getting very drunk.
Radcliffe went through some tough times during filming as he got older, specifically struggling with alcohol, which he states left him dead behind the eyes while filming certain scenes. He also admitted to cavorting with Harry Potter groupies while he was drunk. Thankfully, Radcliffe was able to kick the booze and says he much prefers sobriety.
It was something that I thought to make myself interesting and to make myself enjoy, my life. I did become very reliant on it.
As young cast members grow up, going from early to late teens, romantic sparks understandably flew between many of them. And we're not talking about that intense kissing scene between Radcliffe and Watson from Deathly Hallows Part 1. Although there did seem to be some serious chemistry there. Anyway, seemingly not a day went by where news stories weren't alluding to on-set relationships between Hogwarts students, especially when it came to boys all fancying Emma Watson.
Miss Granger, a plain but ambitious girl, seems to be developing a taste for famous wizards.
But the biggest will they won't they had to be Emma and Draco Malfoy star Tom Felton. The two have been very close friends since they met, and Watson has admitted that between the ages of 10 and 12, she had a crush on the blonde-haired Slytherin.
We became good friends and we can laugh about it now, but yeah, I mean, that's testament to really how long we've been doing this for. I'm pretty sure she was about 9, possibly 10.
Watson stated that the combination of him being the older bad boy and a skateboarder made her crush on him big time, sparking rumors that a Draco-Hermione pairing could have actually materialized.
At least no one on the Gryffindor team had to buy their way in. They got in on pure talent.
Although they remain close friends, and sometimes post loving pictures together on social media, unfortunately for fanfic writers out there, the two are not and have never been a couple.
Malfoy, you okay?
Oh yeah, and here's a fact to blow your mind. At the end of Deathly Hallows Part 2, where the older Draco is saying goodbye to his kid, the actor who plays his wife in the scene, Jade Olivia, was his actual girlfriend in real life at the time. Aside from being in the limelight and fending off feelings of romance, the young cast of Harry Potter essentially became a big family on set. And with each movie, the young cast connected more and more with their characters. Director Alfonso Cuarón famously asked the trio to write essays about their characters in order for them to better understand their psyches. As you might expect, Watson wrote a long 16-pager. Radcliffe made a decent effort with a one-page essay, but Grint made a real splash when he didn't turn in anything at all. His excuse? Ron wouldn't write an essay, so why should he?
I felt really so pleased with myself because you hadn't handed yours in, and I felt so pleased. I've done it. So I had mine. The next day, Emma comes in with all 16 pages of hers.
There are tons of other hilarious, shocking, and touching stories from set, like the time a bunch of the young cast got those pesky head lice, and production had to get shut down.
Unless the culprit behind these attacks is caught, it is likely the school will be closed.
Or the fact that many cast members stole coins from the Gringotts Bank as souvenirs. And then there was Rupert Grint and Matthew Lewis being forced to avoid going anywhere near Alan Rickman's BMW because they spilled some milkshake in another one of his cars. Contrary to what that last story would lead you to believe, the late Rickman wasn't the grumpy Snape you'd imagine in real life.
Now, what would 3 young Gryffindors such as yourselves be doing inside on a day like this?
There was certainly a lighter side to the scowling Hogwarts professor, which many of the young cast discovered firsthand. Like when he tricked Radcliffe with a fart machine he hid in his sleeping bag during one of their scenes, embarrassing the young wizard in front of the whole crew.
You know, it's completely our own world, and we like to swim in the deepest waters and fly.
They had put a fart machine into my sleeping bag.
But Rickman wasn't just a joker to the young Radcliffe. He became somewhat of a role model. Following Rickman's death, Radcliffe posted comments of admiration for the actor, stating that even as a young actor, Rickman treated him as a peer rather than a child. And that whenever he was performing on stage, Rickman would go out of his way to come and watch.
Whenever I was going on stage, at one point he cut short his holiday in, I think in Canada, to come back early and see the show so he could talk to me about it.
I didn't know about
like
that.
he does,
Lovely.
he's amazing. Like he does things like that.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Growing up with the pressure of such a huge franchise has got to be tough, but ask the famous Gryffindor trio and they will all say how much they valued their time at Hogwarts.
I love this place. This has been my life, and so it's going to be very, very odd, I think, for all of us, because I don't know what my day-to-day life consists of without you, all of you. And it's wonderful, and I just want to say that I've loved every minute in it, and thank you all very, very much.
Rupert Grint famously said of their time filming together that he feels that they blended into one person. The day they wrapped on the last movie was emotional to say the least, with the 3 of them embracing each other in tears. They grew up with their on-screen personas, and so did we.
Feels strange to be going home, doesn't it? I'm not going home. Not really.
Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.